Manchester United win 4-1 against Athletic Club, and Manchester United are in the finals of the Europa League. Wow. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. 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 The final countdown. Manchester United are in the finals. This is mind-blowing. And I have to first begin with Mason Classe Mount, the money mount. You get me? The money Mason, the Mace himself, the guy that was just spraying on their face. Pause. But Mason Mount today was ecstatic. This is the best 20 minutes that Mason Mount has played for Manchester United. It is mind-blowing to see. It is truly ecstatic. I'm ecstatic for him. He has, coming into Manchester United, he has been having injuries on injuries on injuries. And not just that, he took the number 7 shirt and today he decided to put it on. He decided to put it on. If you do not know anything about soccer or football, that number 7 shirt is like number 12 of the New England Patriots. It's like number 15 of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like number 23 of the Chicago Bulls or of the Cavaliers. That's what that number 7 shirt is for Manchester United. And Mason Classe Mount, the money mount, has absolutely decided to put it on. There's a reason why every single manager that comes across Mason Mount understands how brilliant Mason is. He is so intelligent that it is crazy how we haven't seen this yet. Manchester United and the players that are around Mason Mount have always been playing slower than how Mason Mount wants the ball to come. He is a very smart individual that before the ball even gets to his feet, Mason Mount has already figured out what he needs to do. Example of the goal. The moment Ahmad had that ball on that right-hand side, Mason Mount's hands were up. I need the ball. Ahmad crosses the ball. Now the ball was a little bit higher. And so it goes ahead of Mason, or goes to Rasmus. Rasmus gets the ball. Passes. Before Rasmus can even decide on what to do, he says, pass the ball to Lenny Yoro. You can literally see his hand point for him to pass the ball to Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro gets the ball. He says, relax, calma. Lenny Yoro does the dummy, brings the ball in. Now, this is where the technique comes into play. The technique of understanding, playing on the shoulder of 2 defenders. Lenny Yoro plays the perfect, it was even an odd pass, don't get me wrong, because Lenny Yoro in that situation should be going away from Mason Mount and not towards Mason. But it worked out perfectly in that sense because he passed the ball softly to Mason Mount's right foot. Mason literally does the best move I have seen in a long time. In fact, what that reminded me of was Federico Macheda, that used that same design, same skill to win the league for Manchester United. And Mason Mount did the same thing. The only thing separate was Makeda's own goal was the angle was a little bit tighter than Mason's. But Mason absolutely had to score, and he wrapped his foot around that ball. And I cannot feel any better for somebody that has gone through such a hard time playing for Manchester United. He came home being that he's a United supporter, and now he's showing us how at home he feels. It is beautiful to see. Mason Mount, and not even just that, because the second goal was even more techy. You understand? Because a lot of people think technique more of like this dribble, but the technique to score the ball from halfway, reminiscent of not the last person that wore the number 7, but his predecessors that wore the number 7 in David Beckham, to score the ball from there on his weaker foot, might I add. David Beckham did it on his stronger foot, his right leg. Mason Mount did it on his left foot. First touch, that was his stretch to get the ball. Got the ball perfectly and literally dug. Oh, I need you guys to understand how difficult. In fact, this is a challenge for every single person watching this. Go outside in the summertime and try to recreate that goal. I might try it because I feel like I got the tech to do it. But that is so difficult. It is literally elite status. And if you even watch the way the ball landed in the middle of the goal. The way the ball crossed the line, it literally landed in the middle where the penalty line is. That's how perfect that ball was. There was no stopping it, and it was so deserving of a moment for Mason Mount. He was definitely going to be the man of the match based on what he did. His impact off the bench. His impact off the bench was maybe second to none, but the second person is Amad Diallo. And I have to talk about Amad. Amad Diallo has the ability to win this Europa League for Manchester United. That boy he's basically a spark plug. If you know anything about engines, you know that an engine needs that spark plug to basically run. Today, we started the game, and the first half, you could see the energy levels dying. You could see the energy levels, the boys were tired. But the moment that Ivorian kid landed on that pitch, the moment those triple subs came in, I know a lot of people were complaining, why isn't Maino coming in? Ruben Amorim got it right. Because the moment Ahmad came into that pitch, the dribble that literally nutmegged the player to start the run, you all of a sudden realized that every single Manchester United player woke up, because they knew that their spark was in the game. They knew that something was going to happen when that ball goes to the right-hand side. I would say this, and this might be controversial to say, but Amad Diallo is almost to what Bukayo Saka is to Arsenal. It is ridiculous. Our threat coming from Amad is exciting, is euphoric. You get me? It is just euphoric to even think about. And that's what Ahmad brought to the game. Of course, he created two big chances. One for Mason and one for Rasmus, that Rasmus actually converted, which is beautiful to see. It is beautiful. But before Ahmad and Mason Mount came into the team to start showing us why they are in Manchester United, we saw Lenny Yoro. Oh my God, I am so glad. If there's anything that Erik ten Hag and the team before Erik ten Hag did that I have to thank, is getting Lenny Yoro. We have got a gem on our hands. He was playing the left centre-back position. And he created the chance to give Mason Mount that opportunity. He went into the right centre-back position. That ball, the loose ball from the player, the gas he put on that ball, he hit the ball, followed that ball because he saw a lot of green grass, ate the space up to the ball, created the opportunity, laid it off to Ahmad. Ahmad did his magic and gave the ball to Rasmus. And that only happened because of the energy that Lenny Yoro pushed that ball at. And that is the beauty of what I have seen from Lenny. Is the beauty of what I've seen from Lenny Yoro. He is being able, confidence growing every single day to be able to step into the midfield position as a defender. Be so comfortable on the ball that it gives me so much joy. It gives me so much joy, and I cannot honestly wait to see what he can do next. It is absolutely beautiful to see Lenny Yoro do the magic that he has been able to do, because defensively, he was present. Offensively, he was absolutely present, creating two big chances, getting one assist, and literally winning all the duels that he was able to win. It was truly virtuoso performances from Lenny Yoro. Now I also have to talk about Ruben Amorim. Because when Ruben came to Manchester United, every single thing that a lot of people were talking about was his substitutions were a little bit odd. It was either late or too early or sometimes even unadvised. But today, he understood what he needed to do. He understood that he needed to literally put those jumper cables on United players and jumpstart them into playing football. Because that triple change, the change of Mason Mount, Lenny Yoro, not Lenny Yoro, but Mason Mount, Amad Diallo, and Luke Shaw absolutely changed the game. It absolutely changed the game. Athletic Club did not know what hit them. They honestly did not know what hit them. 4 goals. We literally defeated a European League, European opposition. 7-1. 7-1. This is the largest tie Manchester United has been able to do in a Europa League competition. 7-1. It is mind-blowing. It truly is. Ruben Amorim definitely gets a lot of credit today because that was magical. That was beautiful. It was virtuoso coaching, virtuoso substitutions, virtuoso management of the game, virtuoso understanding that he needed to get the momentum to go towards moving into the finals of the Europa League. And that is what he has been able to do. And not just that, we saw Rasmus Højlund score a goal. I've said this thing. A lot of people were saying Rasmus Højlund needs to get out of the team. They need to substitute him. But one thing is for sure. Amorim is putting a lot of trust in Rasmus and understanding that I'm going to play you into form. It's very hard for you to do that. But he says, I understand we are not scoring as much, but I am going to play Rasmus Højlund into form. And today, Rasmus Højlund scored a striker's goal. A goal that was well worked by Amad Diallo. Have you guys understood the pattern? Every single goal, Amad Diallo has a hand in it. Every single goal. Amad Diallo has a hand in it. And so it's also mind-blowing that when I think about Erik ten Hag not playing Amad Diallo and looking at how Amad Diallo is so crucial to what Manchester United want to do, it gets my mind boiling because I'm like, Eric, what did you see? What in the world did you see? You get me? That made you not play Amad. And I understand that Anthony is doing a madness at Real Betis, but we're talking about for Manchester United. Because Anthony has done 8 goals, 5 assists in 3 months. That is just mind-blowing numbers. Mind-blowing numbers. You get me? And then you talk about El Capitano. You talk about Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Oh my God. He is basically breaking the record every single time he steps on the field in the Europa League competition. Because today he has gotten the most assists any player in the Europa League. Because that cross, even though the cross felt like it was not the right way, it was not rightly weighted, but I think it's something that he understands Casemiro, and Casemiro understands him. Because it was perfect. It was perfect. It was a little bit lower, but Bruno gets another assist. But one thing I noticed about what happened, especially after the changes, is that the moment Amorim made those 3 changes, he moved Mason Mount to the number 10 position, moved Bruno to that number 6, number 8, box to box, kind of center midfield position with Casemiro, and brought Amad to play the second 10. All of a sudden, we started dictating the game. All of a sudden, we started playing better. All of a sudden, we started playing to our potential. All of a sudden, we started scoring. So let me just put it into contention for you guys to understand. The rumor that Manchester United are going to be getting Cunha from Wolves. Manchester United already have Mason Mount and already have Amad Diallo. Bruno stepping into that number 2, those 2 midfield roles. Manchester United could be lethal going forward in the next season. We could be lethal going forward because if you think about it, Amad Diallo in carrying the ball in the Premier League and even in Europa League, I have not checked the stats, but I know he has to be up there. Matheus Cunha in carrying the ball to the final third or just dribbling past a certain amount of distance is 7th in the entire Premier League. In the entirety of the Premier League. So we are going to be lethal. And I'm not even talking about Mason Mount that can do without the ball, with the ball, and literally in between. That number 10 rows, or those 2 10 rows that we have, is going to be so crucial for a lot of players and a lot of teams are not understanding who should we mark, who should we pay attention to, who you don't know, you can't tell. And that is going to be the lethal nature. And I cannot just wait to see how it would advance Rasmus Højlund in terms of scoring goals, advance Joshua Zirkzee in terms of... I did not even mention Joshua Zirkzee because he can play the number 10 too. He can. He can play the number 10 too. But last but not the least, on Casemiro. Casemiro, the big game player. The big game player. It looks like Casemiro coming into the Europa League and playing like a man possessed is him understanding that there's one trophy, maybe two trophies, but there's one particular trophy in club football that he has never been able to get. And he needs to put it in his trophy cabinet. We all know the greatness of Casemiro's trophy cabinets. 5 Champions Leagues, 2 La Ligas, this, Copa del Rey, this, that. But Casemiro has never won the Europa League. Not because he never wanted to, but because he has never gotten the opportunity to. And now he has the biggest opportunity. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur in the final of the Europa League. It is mind-blowing to see that Manchester United are in this position. In a banter season, in a banter era, where for 10 years, Manchester United have been struggling. We have been able, in the last 4 years, or in the last 3 years, gotten to 4 finals, win 2 of them, lose 1 of them, and now we have the opportunity to win a European trophy. Do you guys understand? Do you put it in context what Manchester United are going to be doing? In a year, in a decade where Manchester United is the worst it has ever been, we are still putting trophies in the cabinet. It is going to be hell to pay. It is going to be hell to pay when Manchester United figure this thing out in the Premier League, and it's going to be, I believe, under Ruben Amorim. When Manchester United become Manchester United, when we wake up from our slumber, it is going to be hell to pay for the entire world of football. Because if Manchester United become challenging contenders for the Premier League, for the Champions League, the money, the prestige, the heritage that is behind Manchester United will be truly and truly something that only Real Madrid and maybe Barcelona will be able to challenge with us. I cannot wait to see what happens May 21st. May 21st. The preparation is going to be crazy. It is going to be crazy. We are going to be facing Tottenham Hotspur. It is basically Ruben Amorim versus Ange Postecoglou. 2 managers that are in quite similar positions. 14th and 15th in the league. Managers that has underachieved in the Premier League but have put in a lot of focus in the Europa League. A manager that would be getting his first trophy for Manchester United, European trophy, and a manager that will be getting the first trophy for Tottenham Hotspur in 16 years. This is going to be a really, really tough game. It is going to be a game made for a lot of neutrals to watch. Talk less of fans. Talk less of supporters. I wish I could be in Bilbao. I wish I could watch it in person. But one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be supporting Manchester United behind the screen. United. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you guys think about this. Let me know your predictions for the Europa League final down in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.